let's, without further ado, let's dive into this double album here, the new music. I want to know how you experienced it. Like the first album drops at midnight, the first disc, let's say, Tortured Poets Department. It's 16 songs, comes out at midnight. So are you waiting until midnight to listen to it, and then suddenly after you've listened a couple times through, suddenly what, you get like a notification, it's 2 a.m. Oh my gosh, there's a whole surprise release of a second album, the anthology with 15 more songs. Like, I want to know sort of how that, rolled out for you. Like, I want to know at midnight and at 2 a.m.
Yeah, so, leading up to it, I knew I was going to be, driving down to the Outer Banks that night. And honestly, I feel like there's no better way to experience a new album than just being in the car. You're on a road trip, you just turn it up. If I'm being honest, the 2 a.m. thing wasn't a massive surprise for a lot of people who've been paying attention. Um, as a lot of people know, Taylor tends to put little hints out, riddles, and codes, and people were hinting at the fact that there might be a double album here, that we might be looking at a whole second album coming out from her doing a peace sign when she announced the album, like you were talking about at the
Uh,
awards show, just
yeah.
down to that. So as far as listening to the second one, I was surprised to find that a lot of it's not really in the same style as the first half of the album. There's like some differences in there,
Yeah.
which is maybe part of how she ended up doing a double album. She didn't feel it fit. But that was sort of my experience listening to the album.
Awesome, awesome. Well, let's do a deep dive into some of the songs. So how about the title track, Poets, Tortured Poets Department? There's the line is, "You're not Dylan Thomas and I'm not Patti Smith. This isn't the Chelsea Hotel. We're two idiots." So when you hear two idiots, you're like, wait, is it her and Travis Kelsey? But then you realize, no, it can't be, because it's about a tortured poet at a typewriter, and that definitely can't be Travis Kelsey. So who is she slaying in this one? Is it Maddie Healy, or yeah? Do you know the backstory of that one?
Yeah, I think people were surprised to find a little more Maddie Healy than you might expect on this album. Some references to, perhaps using drugs. There's a line about how, you should be in prison. I don't think people really think of that with some of her other exes or some other
Yeah.
people she's been with. Not saying that, Maddie Healy should be in prison, but, that was what came to mind for me.
There's so much more to Taylor's albums, obviously. So, did you have any other songs that stood out, otherwise that were your personal favorites?
Yeah, I mean, I think, So Long London, again, that's one where you can debate which British ex she's talking about that ruined the
Yeah.
city for her, but that's one that really stuck out, just singing about, losing part of yourself, but, she's also got like a glimmer of hope in there. He's singing about, how she's going to find someone else, like life isn't going to end here, which is something you don't see on a lot of the other songs. I think a lot of the other songs are, pretty dark, pretty depressed.
Yeah.
She's working through those feelings, she's getting those out. You have got to listen to I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. If you're going to, just go down and listen to a few, that's one to listen to. She's basically singing about performing during the Eras tour with a broken heart, through multiple breakups. And I think that's a feeling a lot of people can relate to, not even just, a breakup, but anytime you have something heavy in your life and you feel like you've got to just keep hitting those marks and, put a smile on your face to just keep the ball rolling. I think that's a very relatable emotion. Again, like I was talking about earlier, like, she's singing about these seemingly unrelatable things and making them about you in a way. And if you're looking at the bonus tracks, there's one that's all undercase except for the letters KIM.
Okay.
And as far as throwing shade at people, I'm not saying that that's about a certain person named Kim, but that would be one to listen to for sure.
Right.
Again, if you're just going down and like looking for highlights,
Sure.
especially if you're interested in diving into whose songs are about what.